What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey, joined as usual by my brother, co-host, Angel. What's up, man?
What's up?
Mañana, that's the hat today, huh?
Yeah, mañana.
I like
it. Tomorrow
cool
in Spanish.
Not a Thank you. not a sponsor, but I take them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're a surf company, so shout out. We don't surf.
We don't surf, total posers, but I
we'll
like the
take
brand.
any sponsor.
Nice
that we can.
branding. That's why I like.
Yeah,
Over the desk today, double barrel action. Green Bay Packer fan, Packers owner Gabe Tovar. What's up, man?
I totally froze right now.
You did. It's okay.
I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Lifelong Eagles fan, 6'5", AJ Woodson also in the house.
Yes,
How
sir.
you doing, my
I'm
friend?
Hey, I like what we're doing here. Me and Gabe got the backwards hats. You guys facing forward.
Yeah, we're all business over here.
Business?
That's the
We're
intellectual
We're just
side.
hanging out.
Oh, intellectual side.
We're just vibing.
I have never been part of the intellectual
never-
side. Thank you so much for saying
Gladly.
We're just vibing over here.
Episode 113. Hope you had a great weekend. On today's show, we're going to get into some of the news because there's still news dropping. The draft is what? It's the 7th and we're recording. It starts the 25th. We're almost 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
About 3.5 weeks away. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
The draft is heating up.
Yeah, and then there's always the draft trades, the draft day trades, and there's always the possibility of like a Brandon Ayuk trade or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, wide receivers are being traded.
Yeah. Oh,
Get
yeah.
into that a little later. So a lot to get into today. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the show.
Hi.
And if it's your first time to this channel, go ahead and like this video because it's awesome.
Yep.
And then follow our page. Subscribe to Benched, not with Tovar Brothers, just the Bench Podcast.
Yeah.
Even though, never mind. The Bench Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And we're going to go year-round with this thing, baby.
Yes, we are.
No matter what. We cover the draft, we cover free agency, and, of course, we ramp it up during the season and give you 3 shows a week no matter what. If you're listening on the audio version of Bench, that's Apple, Spotify, Amazon Radio, all those different things, iHeartRadio.
And other ones.
And there's so many. Thanks for listening to the audio version of the Bench Podcast. Leave a review.
Yeah.
Share it with a buddy.
Short review, short 5-star, long 5, whatever, dude.
I feel like smarter people listen to audio podcasts. And what we learned from having Big Brain DA on the show, they also listen to him at a faster speed than normal people.
Yeah.
I've considered putting it at a slower speed sometimes.
No, he was saying like, I listen to my podcast at double, I don't know how you do that, dude.
Yeah,
I have
he
to
was saying he
rewind
has
it.
a hard time recognizing podcasts sometimes at a normal speed because he's not used to hearing people's voices that way.
Beautiful mind. That's crazy.
Yeah, so
It really is.
Maybe people put us on double speed. But I feel like we talk way too fast
Yeah.
for us to be on double speed.
When it's not like an auction.
You have no idea what we're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'd be entertaining.
I digress. Follow us on socials. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Search at Bench Show to follow us on all the different platforms. There's a lot going on. YouTube is heating up. TikTok, what's going on over on the talk?
Everything everything you get on YouTube. I don't think that's a phrase, talking. But either way, everything you get on YouTube, you get on TikTok.
Nah,
but
not quite. There's some different stuff on TikTok.
I have noticed though, comments on TikTok are a little bit meaner because I think it's less restrictions on what you can.
False.
And can't
I've
say.
gotten some very mean comments.
That is true. Never mind. I take it back.
Not
I remember
true.
the
YouTube
comment.
has been
Not
relentless.
true. Yeah, YouTube. And, of course, Instagram is just a wild, wild show.
Yeah, that one's.
But anyways, join all those. There's a lot of fun. And if you follow us on Twitter, it's usually just me arguing with either Edward or...
Yeah, I saw you. I saw your personal Twitter, just Caitlin Clark,
Oh, I'm a truther.
defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were just, everybody was like free game.
Well, when you put a whole sport in the map, let's go and clap at that person.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyways, let's not get into Caitlin Clark because I'll go off. She lost championship today. But congrats to South Carolina.
hey, yeah.
And I did not know this.
Also, shout out to Caitlin Clark. The only reason why I watched that game today was because of her.
Yeah. As soon as it's over, we had this conversation before. I literally had the feeling of, well, my era of watching women's basketball is over.
Yeah, until the next Caitlin Clark comes. Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. I think for all the housekeeping, episode 113 is going to be it's going to be good. Before we get into that, how's the weekend, boys? Anything you watched? I want to get into. So I'm wrapping up. I know I'm wrapping up Game of Thrones. Right. I'm in season 7. Of course, I know it's coming.
Awesome season.
Yep. I'm about to watch Winterfell. When the dead the dead attack Winterfell, it's an awesome.
The solar eclipse is tomorrow, so you might get some darkness there.
You need no light inside or outside.
It's a very hard
The
thing to
moon
watch.
cannot be out.
Yeah.
You need an incredibly advanced TV.
If your phone lights up, the episode is just fucked.
No, you're done.
See, I'm not with you guys. I am with you in that, but like, I just have a hard time hating on. It's my favorite. It's my favorite series. I think ever.
Not hating the show, hating that season.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I don't know. Any you guys watched lately? That's worth watching.
No, I've been pretty.
Yeah.
My rotation of shows, I've been
So you're in the sweet spot.
Yeah, I haven't done anything new yet.
Anything new, fellas?
I gotta watch the last episode of that Nickelodeon thing. I don't know what it's called on Netflix.
Oh, where everyone gets.
We're talking about that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, what's it called?
Quiet on the Set.
Quiet on the Set, which is a very eerie title.
Yeah, and then all those guys have podcasts now.
Yep.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah,
not.
it's
yeah, they do.
Podcasters.
It's definitely not benched. I'll say that.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I got a little brighter one.
Yeah.
You know what I watched for the very first time today?
What's that?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'd never seen it before.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Brad Pitt charms the hell out of you, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Angelina Jolie's hot.
Whoa, why not?
Okay, so I had this conversation with my wife.
Yeah.
We figured out how old we were when it came out.
Yeah.
I was 13 when it came out.
Okay.
Still wasn't allowed to watch PG-13. My wife was 9 years old when it came out. She saw that in the theater opening day with her parents.
Wow. We're all raised different.
With Angelina Jolie in that
Yep.
whipping that guy. She's
Yeah.
9 years old, just taking all that in.
I think I watched it at our cousin's house because that was the cousins who watch anything that they want. We didn't get to watch that stuff.
Shout out to those cousins. I think they listen to the show.
Yeah, they do.
What's
up, Steve-O?
Favorite Brad Pitt movie?
Ooh.
See, everyone's gonna say Fight Club. I have never seen Fight
That
Club.
movie sucks.
Is anyone going to say Fight Club?
Fight Club
I
sucks.
was gonna say,
What?
I was gonna say Fight Club at all.
Everyone's going to say Fight Club.
Not here, but in the comments. Oh, it's Fight Club. Fight Club.
People
That's
love
true.
Fight Club.
That's
They
true.
love-
People say
I
that.
hate that movie.
The one with
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Time in Hollywood.
About Furry. That movie
Oh, Fury's good.
with
Yeah.
tanks.
Oh,
Furry?
Furry?
Yeah, Fury. Yeah, Fury's good. Fury's good. I like Fury.
But he gets grossly outacted by Shia. Shia's amazing.
Side if I, Shia.
Shia is so good. And then the other guy too.
What about Oceans?
From Walking
From
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Ocean.
Would you guys say Oceans?
He's great. He's great in Oceans.
Oceans?
He's better in Oceans.
Oceans 11.
No,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
better
okay.
I'm not sure which one he was in.
He's better. He's better in
Oh, there you
Oceans
go.
12 because it's about him.
Yep.
I feel like he's regressed. Oh, this is gonna be bad, but
That's-
I feel like
you need to stop-
acting
stop.
wise, he's regressed.
Jeez, Joey.
Whoa.
I don't know. I think he's the same.
I don't think he's a great actor. Even in Furry, I feel like he has some lines that are super cheesy.
He's
It's
not.
like
he's
never
not.
done any killing. That line. And with
Yeah,
exactly.
You any good at killing? Like,
He's never been a great actor.
Yeah.
He's as charming as you
Yeah.
can get on screen, though.
God.
And maybe that's what you see is fading away as he ages. But I mean, he was
He's not.
incredible.
and maybe he's a guy who needs to be in the perfect role for him. Oceans is the perfect.
like a slick talking cool guy.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's his thing.
What? Say it, Gabe.
No. I agree. I agree.
But I mean, DiCaprio, right? It's
Yeah.
just a league, and then Gyllenhaal. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jake's way.
I don't understand the Gyllenhaal.
Favorite Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was just in a terrible Roadhouse movie. Favorite.
I don't know how did I end up the guy be defending Carson Wentz and Jake Gyllenhaal.
I don't know. You've
Those are
chosen
personal
it, though.
choices,
Yeah, you've
yeah.
chosen that. We haven't told you.
Don't put a gun to your head on that one.
Yeah.
Before we get into news, guys, we have a very, very special announcement that I'm very, very excited to share with everyone. Like we said, just a couple of weeks
the camera
away
here.
from the NFL draft. We're very, very excited about it. Quarterbacks are going to be moving, maybe wide receivers moving. Teams going crazy.
What?
GMs having crack and making trades. It's going to be nuts.
The table's shaking
And
right now.
all the while, Benched is going to bring it to you. Welcome to the inaugural 2024 Bench Draft Party happening live on draft night. We're going to cover every single day one pick. It's going to be fantastic. And we're going to do so much more. It's free to join. We're going to live stream it on YouTube. Every now and then we'll go live on Instagram and but predominantly on YouTube. Going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have the whole team
The whole crew's gonna be there.
in a room
Vibes are
on
high.
one camera.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be wild.
So let me
Anything can
just-
happen.
If we say
Anything
anything,
can
if we say anything that's crazy, we're
And
sorry.
it's going to be live, which I'm kind of terrified.
I'm a little,
like,
I'm a little scared about that.
you'd be surprised how much I cut out of this show.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, we're all in a room, just live mics, all that. We're gonna do some giveaways. All right,
what?
we're gonna reveal some merch.
What?
We're gonna give away that merch.
What?
We're gonna have some guest hosts.
oh,
You know,
Oh,
and then
okay.
some exclusive content. I'm very excited.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
We're cooking up
Steamy.
some stuff that's gonna be fun,
wait till you see this. shit.
funny. We'll try our hardest to be informative.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
We'll throw that in there.
We'll put some football news in there too.
yeah.
It's gonna be good times. We're gonna cover the draft. Obviously, we'll have hopefully the big brain either on a call or in-house DA. But we'll all be in a room. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Want to personally invite each and every one of you to enjoy the draft, experience the draft with us at the inaugural 2024 Bench Draft Party. # Bench Draft Party.
You know what we haven't
That
discussed
was well done.
is the food part. Draft
I mean, that's
parties-
more to us. Like, I don't think.
No, but
What food do you want to see us eat?
no, not that. I was like, I'm just wondering to myself, like, man, if we're gonna be on the show and be eating, it's gotta be kind of food that can.
Yeah, I'm guessing something not too crunchy because
Yeah, we're on mics.
Like, you don't want that.
Lasagna.
Yeah. No ramen.
Takes out wings too.
Maybe pizza. Pizza's kind of a quick,
pizza.
easy.
Yeah.
It's already kind of digested when it's in your mouth, so you just slide it right down.
Yeah. Wow. Pause. Yep.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that one coming.
Either way, it's gonna be a fantastic show. It's gonna be awesome.
Please join us.
Wait,
It's gonna be.
does that mean wings are like not a thing then? Because I
don't
know,
know.
because no one was.
I didn't come prepared for this conversation. We can have a meeting about this.
We can have a whole episode.
This could be done over email.
Make sure you join us. We'll be announcing that several times though in the weeks to come. Let's get to the news. All right, Jason Kelce is enjoying his new retirement, and Lane Johnson is apparently healthy because both of them have crashed Wrestlemania. They emerged from the stands with luchador masks on. I believe they kicked or hit someone.
Yeah, it was during the. I don't know anything about WrestleMania. I just know from like Twitter. It was during the tag team competition.
Yes,
and they emerged from from the crowd, started kicking some ass, and. You used to freaking love to see it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the thing's in Philly, right? WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so it makes sense that they're in it.
That's the picture right there.
That's the pic. I mean, I think he was made for the wrestling industry. That being said, I do not want to see him go into the WWE. I'd rather see him but whatever. I mean, whatever works for him, that'd be awesome. That's the thing about Jason Kelce. It's all available.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, my friend.
I'm sure every single major corporation in America is saying, like, please do this for us.
The
Please
amount
say
of
this.
money that he's probably being offered.
Yeah.
Amazon is throwing him, or Apple.
Yep.
These people who want to
Or
compete compete with a Manning cast, or want to compete with a Pat McAfee show, like those kind of things. They're him and his brother.
Yep.
I mean, once Travis retires, geez.
They're gonna have a nice career. There might be one of those people who make more money post NFL career than they do.
That's not even a question. They 100%.
Yeah,
will.
because like
They
a lot of people
100%
do that, and they're one of them.
You guys brought it up before we came on the show. Angel called it the Kelce cast.
Kelce cast.
And who isn't watching that over Peyton and Eli? That'd be amazing.
How many times did you guys watch the Manning cast?
I tried twice. Couldn't
I
stick
did not like it.
I probably saw it more than all you guys combined, but yeah, even then, it's like it just didn't land.
I think
for me.
you watch it now, just like, who's the guest?
Who's the
today?
guest? There you go.
I last time I watched was when they had Will Ferrell on there, and I love
Yeah.
Will Ferrell. I watched that one and I turned it off.
The clips are better than the actual show.
Well, it sucks
Yes.
is that your
Kind of like
competition.
the Shannon Sharp podcast.
Like, you have the Joe Buck, Troy Aikman going to talk about some, like, if it's not football, I'm going to go to Troy Aikman and
That's the
and
problem.
Joe Buck.
You have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the other
and those
channel.
Hall of Famers.
It's like you're serving, like the best food in the world, and then over here you're getting like In and Out. Like,
like it's fun,
that's
but
really
like,
good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, turkey,
it's-
mashed potatoes, meatloaf, all the good stuff there.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson at WrestleMania. That's just a fun thing.
Yeah.
Not a fun thing, maybe for Chiefs fans here. Are the Chiefs going to leave? Are they going to leave Kansas City?
Let's see.
In the middle of a dynasty? In the middle of maybe the best quarterback of all time playing for their team? Are they about to leave Kansas City? That might happen because Jackson County voters have voted down I'm blocked here. Vote down a sales tax extension to fund stadium projects for Chiefs and Royals. So basically, tax that would be added on to the people to pay for the stadium. Number one, screwed up. If you're a millionaire who owns a team, you built the stadium, not the people.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've seen teams leave cities because of this, though. This is how the Chargers left San Diego.
And the city of Oakland had 3 major teams. Now they're about to have none of them.
Yeah, some, let's be honest, St. Louis wanted to get out of St. Louis because just by moving to L.A., the owner became billions of dollars richer.
Yep.
Because he now has an L.A.-based sports team instead of a St. Louis. So this I don't put anything above these rich owners trying to make a shrewd business move. I hope this doesn't happen. It'd be the saddest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's an incredible football town, an incredible football environment. You think of those playoff games in Kansas City. People losing fingers to go watch football. You better not leave them.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of like Michael Jordan in his prime and the Bulls saying, we're actually going to leave. We're not going to pay for an upgrade.
Yeah.
The owner saying that. This is just, if this happens, Kansas City is about to be a ghost town. Because besides that, you don't really know what happens in Kansas City.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Besides the Chiefs.
The Royals, so much I don't care about.
Yeah, Royals,
They can
like
leave.
team, man.
They should probably go to, we're going to talk about a lot of places the Royals could go. But Chiefs, that would be that'd be super sad. I mean, Arrowhead is awesome. Big Andy, don't let that happen. Honestly, Hunt family, step up.
Yeah.
Pay for the stadium. Stop messing around.
But real quick, is there a town you'd want if they did leave?
No.
Yeah, you would think that.
No, everything I could possibly think of would be like that. Look, that's awkward.
Yeah.
It's the Chiefs. Yeah. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
I saw, weren't they in Texas at some point in their?
I don't know, maybe.
But either way, like I saw a rumor about them going to Texas.
I guess if you have
Dallas.
to stay in Missouri.
Oh, Dallas. Yeah. Dallas. Yeah.
Do you want to see them in Dallas?
No, I don't.
Besides a slap in the face of the Cowboys, it's like we're the real Dallas team.
Yeah, I mean.
And then that stadium is just one of the classic stadiums now.
Arrowhead, yeah.
Yeah, and for them to leave, that sucks. And this is after the players voted this owner as the worst owner in football. Doesn't upgrade the locker room.
I'm saying I don't put anything above these guys. Like they will do some shady things because it's going to mean millions, maybe even $1 billion more in their pocket.
So let's take Patrick Mahomes and move him to a different state, and then see how that works out for you, fucking moron. Wow. I don't know why guys don't matter out there. Yeah. But either way, dumb move.
It's real nice, ain't you?
Sorry.
Let's move on here. Derek Carr, revenge tour on the way. Saints quarterback Derek Carr, quote, cannot wait to play his old teammate Maxx Crosby. You might be reconsidering this when Maxx Crosby is breaking you in half.
I can wait very long time to see that. I don't know where Derek Carr. We have to talk about this guy. I don't know where he got this thing where he's like one of the better quarterbacks in the league.
I'll tell you when New Orleans acted like Michael Jordan was coming to town when they signed Derek Carr. That's what's in his mind.
Bought in his own hype.
Yeah, like that's I mean, that's a perfect picture to describe. Derek Carr is just he's Russell Wilson now. The guy who kind of he's not Russell Wilson's better, to be honest. Russell Wilson has championships.
Yeah.
Derek Carr at some point was good.
For
had
one
that MVP
year.
season, right?
Yeah.
We didn't win, but he was kind of in the running. We've never seen him be good. That includes last year.
Yeah, it's just funny. Just these guys, and when they age, some age gracefully and some don't. You know.
I mean, let's be fair. All he's saying that he can't wait to play his old friend.
Yeah.
He's guaranteeing a Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe he's just like, I've always wanted to play against them. Maybe
he's
that's
just a guy that, I mean, he's really easy to kind of make some fun of.
Yeah, sorry.
And so we take advantage of that.
Sorry, Derek.
Yeah, I guess we kill him sometimes.
Yeah, Conte's fan.
Here's a story about a guy who might be killing his draft stock. You like that?
Nice.
LSU wide receiver Malik Nabers has been called a high-maintenance prospect. No shit. He's a wide receiver. He's a star.
Shocker.
Who could struggle in a big city? Probably not. Here's a quote. There are off-field questions Nabers has to answer during the draft process, and teams must feel comfortable with those answers if they're going to invest in early draft pick and millions of dollars into his services. That you can say that literally about anyone. And listen, yes, all these guys have ego. I didn't want to say problems because they wouldn't be the best at their position in their sport if they didn't have some kind of ego.
Also, this just reeks of a smokescreen.
Yes.
Some teams being like, "Hey, he might be a diva. You don't want to pick him at number 8, 9, 10, or whatever."
Right. Might want to let him drop. I mean, he could be a diva. Who knows? I mean,
I don't care.
He's a stud. He's gonna get picked top 10 no matter what anyone says about him.
I'm sure people would say that about Justin Jefferson, about Jamar Chase when they came out, and look what they are now. They're one of the best in their,
And guess what? They're still divas, and it hasn't mattered.
And no one cares. Exactly. Nobody cares. If you're good, doesn't matter.
When owners stop playing players because they're divas, then it'll matter.
Yeah.
But so far that time is to come. We had some signings here over the weekend. Panthers and star defensive tackle Angels boy Derek Brown, big Derek Brown, 4-year, $96 million. I mean, Adam Schefter or Ari Marov here. Best young DTs gets locked up. Future big payday.
Yeah.
So Brian Burns out of town. CMC gone. But we're going to hold on to Derek.
Yeah, that's Well, last year Pro Bowler because of a dropout, but he had 95 tackles last year. I think he's
incredible.
He's a very underrated player, and it sucks because he just signed off his entire career of relevancy because he signed with the wrong team.
Yeah.
Like he could have, he could have gone somewhere else. I mean,
Well, he's going to be the 4 more years. So
I'm happy. I'm happy for him, but it sucks that he's with the team that he's with because I don't think they're going to be great next year.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he could still get traded. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
They do trade stars over there.
They do.
But D tackles are getting paid recently. I want to read off some recent contracts here. Chris Jones, of course, signed that 5-year, $158 million contract a year after they didn't want to pay him. He's kept off camp. He wins a championship and then comes back and signs his contract. Christian Wilkins, of course, got the big payday from the Raiders. Justin Madubuike stays with the Ravens, of course. But look at these numbers, 98, 96, 96, 94 mil. These guys are getting paid.
Yep.
The big man is here to stay, baby.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a pass rushing defensive tackle because look, these numbers are big, and also everyone keeps increasing the what's it called, like
Raising the bar.
Yeah, raising the bar. So
Yeah.
these other guys are all going to pay. I'm not sure who's next in line to get paid, but this is good for these guys getting freaking paid.
Yeah. I mean, and also I think this is a position too that I feel like the trend right now in the NFL, like no one's, how do I say this? No one is disregarding the trenches right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they are very much like people subscribe to the idea of we need to be strong up front on the defensive and offensive side, and these because offensive linemen are getting paid too.
Yep.
And these big men are getting paid. Teams are building teams around the big man.
Yeah.
And all these guys are
And
are
shout out,
benefiting from
I know we're pretty mean or harsh to the Raiders. They made the best signing of the offseason so far with Christian Wilkins pairing him with Matt Crosby. That's why everyone praised him so much.
That's an opinion of you, though, not the show, right?
Yeah, that's one of the best.
you
One of the best ones. One of my favorites is that one because it's
a very good
it's a
signing.
phenomenal signing,
Yeah.
and it'll change that entire defense. So, yeah.
Ian Rappaport also reported that safety Kyle Duggar, 4-year deal worth up to $66 million, to stay with the Patriots. Now, the Patriots haven't done much.
They're just re-signing their
but
guy.
they keep this young safety in town. I like Kyle Duggar.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Yeah.
Safety, for me, is not a position of, like, not a blue-chip type position.
You're not throwing money there?
I mean, go look at the free agency list. Justin Simmons is still out there. Like,
Yeah.
Micah Hyde's still out there. Like, you can get a good safety even now in free
Yeah.
agency. But if you have a good young one, people seem to like these guys. I tell you what, the safeties to me that are worth the most money are the safeties who can cover, who can pass rush, who are ball hawks, who make the game-changing plays. Those kind of safeties, to me, break the bank for.
Yeah.
But kind of just the guys who just play the position of safety well,
I mean, good for
they
this.
last.
Yeah, and good for this guy, too, in a market where they're not paying safeties. He got
Yeah.
pretty big bags, so good for him. And
They have plenty of money. They still lead the league in cap space
well, Justin Simmons is still out there, and I don't know why he's not signed, but
because he's washed.
I wasn't aware that last year or the year before he's not washed. That's so did
Who would you rather have, Justin Simmons or Micah Hyde?
Justin Simmons.
I love Micah Hyde. I love Micah Hyde.
Justin Simmons.
Justin, thank you.
Micah Hyde.
Micah Hyde truly does it.
Micah
room,
Hyde.
a room divided. Well,
He
we'll
does
see.
everything.
We'll see who gets signed first. Who do you think gets signed first?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good
better
one.
question.
I'll take Micah Hyde.
I'm gonna go Micah Hyde.
Look. He might get signed first because he probably would.
You brought the question up.
Because he probably
You
wants,
can't make the
he
bet.
probably wants less
You're full
than
of crap.
than Justin Simmons.
Go do that in Vegas. You're gonna get shot.
Whatever.
Eagles have signed their big man Aussie tackle Jordan Mailata. Gets a 3-year, $66 million extension. That's his second extension. If you don't know about Jordan Mailata, he was in the NFL program there in Australia, played rugby, right? Then brought over, drafted in the 7th round, having never played football before.
Just a project player.
That's crazy. And then developed into a guy now who is a cornerstone tackle for the Eagles. Eagles now have re-upped on several guys on this offensive line. Of course, bracing for the fact that Jason Kelce no longer there. But Mailata in town. He'll be there for a while. Love it. I mean, anything more to say about it?
No, I think locking up him and Landon Dickerson in the same offseason.
The Dick Man.
Yeah. Means they're going to run to the left side a lot. Yeah, because Dickerson is 6'6", 330, and this guy's about 6'8", or
6'8". Yeah.
350.
Yeah,
he's a
up there.
big dude. So, yeah. I mean, and like we just said, teams, the Eagles are really emphasizing, we're going to get good at the line first, and we'll do the rest we'll draft the rest.
Yep.
But we're going to get this done first.
They have Mailata now. Like you said, Dickerson. Of course, they've spent a 2nd-round pick on Kelce's replacement.
Yep.
Jurgens. You have Lane Johnson. And even with that, I wouldn't put it past them putting a 1st-round pick in an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Like, that's just there are certain teams that you think about that team and you think they're always going to put assets there, right? The Packers are always going to put assets in the
Packers
defense
always
secondary,
do.
right?
Yep.
The Broncos always going to give them away.
Yep.
The
Broncos,
Eagles.
we're going to draft some ass quarterbacks, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Broncos always going to draft a terrible quarterback.
Shout out to Drew Lock and Paxton Lynch and all those other.
Easy.
Easy.
It's Sunday.
The Lord's Day.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't go to church today. That's probably why.
That's it. You slept in.
Jesus.
I missed the live stream. That's probably it.
Oh, gosh. Not to mention, this man can sing. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
He can sing. I don't care what you say.
No.
Go listen to something.
He's good for a lineman. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, sure. He can sing.
This segment is brought to you by Dad Gang Hats. Dad Gang makes the highest quality hats in the apparel industry because they use premium materials, pay close attention to detail, and prioritize durability and comfort. With so many styles, colors, and designs, they absolutely have the right hat for you and the dad in your life. Use code BENCHED76826. That's BENCHD 76826 for 15% off your first purchase. Shop Dad Gang Hats, quality hats for quality dads. Eagles wide receiver Paris Campbell, new receiver. I think he's going to make the team because there's no one else. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Says that Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL, and he'll prove it this season. Everyone says that. The interesting thing he said is that I know there's a bunch of debate between him and Christian McCaffrey.
Easy.
Don't get me wrong, Christian McCaffrey is by far one of the best running backs in the league, but being able to see Saquon up close and personal, being in the same locker room, seeing him naked on the same team, he's a different guy when he's on that field, honestly. Okay.
Don't be an idiot.
I tell you what, you want to rile up some Niner fans?
Yep.
This is how you
Tell
do
them
it.
the
Yep.
Eagles running back is better.
Yeah.
This is a great debate because they're both incredible.
What's that one line from when Stone Cold Steve Austin is the running back for the?
That's how a white man runs a football.
Wow, I really should have grabbed that.
That's the only thing I hear when I think. But no, Saquon's great, easy. CM's easy. Christian
we
McCaffrey.
need to see that Saquon's healthy.
Right.
But let's be honest. Saquon is going to a situation now that CMC went to a couple years ago. All right, CMC. Don't forget where we thought CMC was when he was his last year with the Panthers. None of you thought he was going to be the MVP in a couple years. We all thought he was done. He was injured. He's not the same guy. Maybe prime CMC would be that, but this is the new CMC. Well, look at him now. He's
Offensive
a freaking
player of the year,
he's the MVP conversation. Now Saquon goes to the worst rush blocking line in the league, from the worst rush blocking line in the league to the Eagles, the best. And so it's gonna be. Listen. Don't be surprised if the numbers are very similar. That's if they give him the ball enough, of course. Right. But if he's healthy, and if he plays the way he can, of course he could compete with CMC. Of course.
No, we love I love Saquon as much as the next guy, but I'll have to see it because Saquon last year was absolutely phenomenal. The best player in football for a majority of the year. I'm sorry, CMC. Yeah. It's gonna take a lot for me to say that, but we'll see. Like you just said, he's in a better situation than he's ever been in his life. Even without Jason Kelce, still a phenomenal O-line.
I tell you what, go to the next picture. They both look incredible with their shirts off.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. There's guys that exist like that, and I'm married. That's incredible.
Yeah. He's both studs, but would like to see a 40-yard dash who sees fast at this point. They're kind of the same player. They're in the same part of their career where they're like, people think they're past their primes. I would think Saquon would have a nice bounce back year. We'll see if they give him the ball enough, though. The red zone stuff will be a little scary.
I feel like they are. They haven't signed anyone else. They gave him a contract that the Eagles just don't give out.
Really quick. Fantasy-wise.
Top 5 back.
Do you think he could do the CMC stuff? Do you think Saquon can be the?
I don't think it's going to rely on him, and I'm not talking about the carries thing. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to throw him the ball enough.
Okay.
CMC gets a lot of his.
A lot of manufactured stuff too.
Yeah, you get a lot of. Like screens. Swings. A lot of dump offs. I don't know if Jalen Hurts has never done that to a running back, but he's never had Saquon Barkley. Right. So there's a lot of things we're just not going to know. The Eagles offense has never had. We rolled into the season last year with DeAndre Swift, which is kind of a Lions cast off.
Tell you what, though.
Right? Boston Scott, you know what I'm saying?
You might get a Saquon, might be a steal in the fantasy draft this year. If people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might get the same production from CMC, from Saquon that you had from CMC.
I'd roll the dice because, really, honestly, if we're having a fantasy conversation, running back, you just never know.
Right.
You just never know.
Well,
That's very, very true.
Go talk to the Austin Eckler fans.
Yeah. I do the zero RB strategy because, you never know. Just find a work.
Raheem Mostert.
Rashad White. Was number 2 or number 3?
Rashad White.
I drafted him in
the
4th or 5th
neither
round.
Neither of them will finish in the top 10 this year.
Probably not.
Brian Robinson was number 8.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So you just never know. Go roll the dice on your guy, and if Saquon's your guy, it's a good bet.
I do like that though. He's definitely going to get. CMC is definitely going to go first, but the workload might be the same.
And then,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like you might get him at a value in the 2nd, 3rd round, even
for sure. Let's move on here. Multiple members of the Dallas Cowboys organization are not happy with the star Micah Parsons. Cowboys star Micah Parsons. Now, we will say, AJ brought it up, ML football is run by a bunch of idiots. Let's be honest.
Sheesh. I'll say
no,
questionable at times.
No, they're idiots. Go follow their page.
Okay.
They say some crazy stuff sometimes, but listen, this is something that they're just aggregating. They didn't make up this story. This actually happened, which sometimes they do make up stories. Won't go there. But the idea that Micah Parsons has worn out his welcome or is no longer someone that the Cowboys maybe see as a long-term cornerstone of this defense and of this football team is a very interesting thought, because Micah Parsons not only is a huge personality, has the podcast, says crazy things, he's also a damn good football player.
Yes.
He's also the best player on their team, has been for a while now. So the idea of him leaving and being unhappy, I mean, that's kind of thing that shakes the NFL at its core.
Also, it's not a coincidence that this stuff comes out the year before he's about to get a big old fat deal.
I mean, yeah, so Jerry, right, is not paying Dak.
Can't afford him.
Right? It's Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
It's Dak, can't afford him.
Yeah,
it's Dak Prescott. It's the leader of that locker room. It's the guy who I guarantee no matter what me and you think, that whole locker room thinks he can win them a championship.
Yeah.
So they believe in him, and now Jerry says basically we're not going to pay him, probably going to walk in a year.
Yeah.
Right.
Jeez.
And Dez comes out.
Right. And then Dez come out and says, oh, shit. I know how this goes. Is that effing head?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I don't know why I said effing.
This is a tweet from Dez Bryant.
Yeah. So Dez Bryant has seen this happen before. Mm-hmm. He's seen this happen with the Cowboys organization. Did you see it happen with Dez? Did this happen to Dez?
Yeah, there was some weird stuff at the end of his career, yeah.
I feel like all the Cowboys leave in weird ways.
Yeah, it's
like
never...
No one leaves cleanly.
Is that organization? Are they crumbling right now? Like, is this just a start?
I don't want to say crumbling because they're incredible last year.
I think I legit think they don't know who to pay. I think they have so many stars, like, I don't know who to pay. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, like, they don't know who to pay. And they're kind of in this limbo where, like, if we say anything positive about one guy, it's automatically going to be, like, oh, it's negative towards this other guy.
They're definitely old school negotiators.
Yeah.
Like, they are not going to say anything good about anyone who they might have to pay.
Yeah.
So the hard thing about that is that that's all their best players. Like, the guys that usually want to say good things about.
Yeah, and right now it's their big three. It's CeeDee Lamb, Dak, and Micah Parsons. And
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think David Adams or Terrell or someone in that chair was talking about how I don't know if Jerry Jones wants to do a full-on rebuild. I think it was Terrell, now they say it. Full-on rebuild because he's 89 years old. But he wants to 81. He wants to win so badly. And I think when he sees guys that he's trusted to win and they let him down, he has kind of a quick trigger with that, right? He always thinks like he always thinks like that championship is just one decision away.
Yeah.
Like one signing away,
one move,
one cut away. Yeah,
Trey Lance,
one move away. Yeah, exactly. Let's go trade for Trey Lance.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go trade for Stefon Gilmore.
No.
Like, let's go get that guy who's going to win a championship, and it just hasn't happened. And so I think at this point, he wants to win before he dies. Like, that's really it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think
that's deep.
He can do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he just can't afford it.
Truly desperate. Like, if some story comes out eventually where he did something shady and above the rules,
like, yeah, makes sense.
I would be like, he wants to win that badly.
At that point in his life, just do whatever.
Well, why not? Suspend me for 20 years. Won't be a lot.
Dude, you're a billionaire. Dude, you can get away with a lot of stuff that normal people just cannot.
Well, you can't get away with hiding children.
What's up, girl? What's her name again?
Stephanie,
get your money, Steph.
Why? Listen, when I bring up this story, it's not because I want to go at the girl, Angel. Like, I want to talk about Jerry Jones.
I'm backing her up.
That poor girl.
I'm backing her up.
I'm
on her
sure
side.
that's what she's thinking. Like,
I'm
thank
on her
God,
side.
Angel's backing me up.
Bench is on your side.
No, Angel's on
official sponsor.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, Micah Parsons, if he leaves, we'll see. I mean, he's a Philly kid.
Oh, I mean, we just saw a New York Giant go to Philadelphia. Nah, he can go anywhere. Patriots have all the money.
Back-to-back years, we get Saquon and then Micah.
Sheesh.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
The next year we get Terry McLaurin.
I know there's a thing about
clean sweep.
I know there's a thing about Micah Parsons not playing his best in playoff games.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
I say that too.
So like that's probably why the little pause like, well, you're great, against the Commanders on a Thursday night,
right?
But against who they lose last year,
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I'm like. Oh yeah,
I saw the whole thing.
You weren't great against Green Bay Packers, and that's the thing that you should be great against because they were out. They were out Bakhtiari, their star, left tackle. So this might be, I don't know. I would sign him immediately. But
Parsons is going to be an interesting dude to follow throughout his career because he's He's a mind of his own.
Also, he's a
He's an
podcast.
incredible player.
So
he's
right
a
after,
podcaster.
So right after the game, you hear exactly his thoughts about the game.
And he plays for the Cowboys.
Yep.
Like it's the perfect storm.
Yep.
There's a huge trade here over the weekend, and we want to talk about it. Here, the Bills are finalizing or have finalized a trade to send 4-time Pro Bowl receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans. Holy crap. For draft compensation. I believe it was a second, was like the main thing. Second for Stefon Diggs. This has layers and layers and layers of meaning for both sides. We'll try to talk about as much as we can. First of all, Stefon Diggs in the Bills was incredible. Like when he came over from Minnesota.
What a run.
Yeah. I mean, did he make Josh Allen? Did Josh Allen make him? I don't know. They're both incredible. They're incredible together. They put up huge numbers. And he's a big part of what the Buffalo Bills have built over the last couple of years. I don't want to glaze over that. But I think this was the right move.
Yeah. Well, there's always been, like, last, 3 or 2 offseasons, there's been some weird stuff with him and Josh Allen. It's kind of like
tweets.
The writing on the wall is like, at some point, they're going to break up. It's like a toxic relationship that you see, like, they're good together.
You had the brother also talking a ton of crap from the other side of town, other side of the country.
Yeah.
So you had some weird stuff with Stefon Diggs. He is the definition of like a diva receiver, I think, in the league today. But I think it's time to move on from him. I think eventually when you pay a big-time quarterback, you can't keep this guy forever.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you're going to have to reset the thing. They don't have a great draft pick, but it's a deep receiver class. So maybe a Brian Thomas or something like that falls to him. But what do you want to talk about? We'll talk Bills first, and then we'll go to Texans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk
Let's start with the Bills. So Stefon Diggs is gone. We'll talk about Stefon Diggs in a second because he's on the Texans now.
Yeah.
They are left with newly signed Curtis Samuel, right? And then they're left with Khalil Shakir, who a lot of people like, namely Josh Allen loves. And then Gabe Davis no longer gone.
Yeah.
So no longer there. He's gone. Who else is there?
That's exactly. But no, and then they just drafted Dalton Kincaid last year. They signed Dawson Knox. So
who plays a lot of slot, by the way.
Yeah. So
Dalton Kincaid.
Yeah, so I expect their offense to be a lot more tight end centric next year.
You know what just hit me? Dalton Kincaid's fantasy stock just skyrocketed.
Yep.
Holy crap! I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, well, because I think and I expect next year this offense to be very much short passing game.
Here's the question I have for you: do they need to take a first-round receiver? Do they absolutely have to?
I mean, they let go of a lot of players. They have a lot of holes, but I mean,
they're both starting receivers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for sure, and it's a deep draft. Yeah. And if you want to be aggressive, you can even trade up. Maybe a Doomsday falls. Maybe one of these guys falls. You let's just be aggressive here because you are the Bills.
It's so late in the offseason to make the trade. You can't even Band-Aid it with name some mid-level receiver who you can maybe bring in, and then maybe Curtis Samuel plus this kind of group of stuff is enough. Right?
Yeah, and then also people say, well, we might think, it's all about his attitude. Also, it's about the money.
Absolutely about.
That's why. We can predict or try to see if maybe they trade for Ayuk or something like that. I don't know if they have the money to do that. So I think they're gonna have to be aggressive.
Yeah. I don't think that move fits what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I think that's the opposite. No, we're not trying to get another $30 million player. We're trying to get really cheap at this position, but still maintain the same level of production.
Yeah, I mean the Bills, man, they have just sliced up that thing. They have sliced up that roster, and we're getting a different Bills team this year.
Yeah, top of my head.
They might have needed.
Yeah,
I would say they fell short quite a few times. It may need to be a little change in there.
It was getting a little stale.
Yeah.
I mean, they let go of both safeties, Tre'Davious White, and now Von Miller. Not Von Miller, sorry. Von Miller stayed for some reason. Stefon Diggs, and then all the it's gonna be a very different team. It's a new era.
Yeah,
you would see this with a new head coach, but it's the same head coach. Right. He's gonna just flip the thing a little bit.
So the answer, do they need to draft a round one receiver or go make a trade for a splash trade?
I would, yeah.
You think you need to?
I think you need to. Yeah, I think you need the Chiefs just did it with that one. Maybe they're trying to be the Chiefs. Maybe Chiefs just did it with that.
Maybe they were the Chiefs down the stretch last year and didn't feature Stefon Diggs, and it went just okay. It went just fine without featuring Stefon Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs did finish the year 107 catches, 1,100 yards, and eight touchdowns.
But front loaded.
But yeah, I'm telling you, when they were winning, it was a lot of evened out targets, a lot of Dalton Kincaid, a lot of other players.
I mean, there was a 6-7 game stretch there where Stefon Diggs in a 100-yard game.
Yeah,
he was legitimately no longer featured in the offense, and that's when they were going on a run, winning against really good teams, for a prolonged period of 2 months.
Yeah, and then there was a story that came out a couple of days ago where there was after the week 1 loss to the Jets, how after they went at whatever, but if it had been salty since then, that's probably why, and also Joe Brady comes in, changes the offense a little bit. Maybe that's why. It's just a bunch of variations or different reasons why they moved on, but it was time. This is kind of ran its course. You saw what this version of the Bills team could do. They couldn't beat the Chiefs. That's all you need to know. Yeah. Now you got to retool and kind of think how you're going to attack this.
Is Stefon Diggs moving on and say they don't replace him with anyone? They just go on who they have now. Are they still a top 3 team in the AFC?
Yeah, but the offense looks not as flashy as it used to.
Yeah.
Stefon Diggs, for what he is off the field, on the field, he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they make another move here, veteran-wise. I do think they draft someone. Yeah. Maybe not in the first round, but
deep draft
in the second round, maybe. Let's talk Texans now. Before we do that, real quick, funny little tidbit here. The Bills allowed Stefon Diggs, this is according to Chris Sims, to seek a trade from any team except the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Smart.
You do not. Smart. Very smart. You don't want to give Patrick Mahomes Stefon Diggs.
No, probably not.
No.
Okay, let's talk the Texans side here real quick. Okay, so they bring in Stefon Diggs. They haven't done what we thought they were going to do this offseason. They had a ton of cap space, right? They had all this cap space. They had a young coach who was player-friendly. Yep. They had a young quarterback who everyone wanted to play with. And we thought, here come all the stars.
Yeah, we thought.
Here come all the players.
Wilkins, Higgins.
No, you know what happened? Here comes Danico Autry. Here comes Aziz Al-Shahir. I think that's how you say his name.
Then Daniel Hunt.
Here comes Daniel Hunter was a big one.
Joe Mixon.
But Daniel Hunter came at a discount.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon comes over. He in a trade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the names here are not what we thought it was going to be. Really, I thought the Texans, what they did would be what the Titans, what they did would be what the Texans did.
Yeah.
Like go overpay for a Calvin Ridley. Why not?
Yeah.
Like go sign like the center for a huge contract. Go trade for L'Jarius Sneed. Like go make those kind of trades.
Well,
hasn't been the Texans' way.
No, I think the Texans' way is we could do a lot with a little. I'm not saying a little. I'm not trying to be mean to but last year they did it with a bunch of 1-year deals. Now they're like, let's get better players here, but not overcommit to these guys.
Yeah. So I mean, So that's the one or two ways that, however, whatever your philosophy is. Like, are you going to be, some would say, irresponsible and go sign big contracts to players who maybe aren't worth it?
Yeah.
Or are you going to be frugal like they were and just kind of make some very cost-effective decisions with the people you brought in, with the free agents, notably, and not maybe get the top guy or the tier 2 guy, maybe live in that tier 3 value range.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they've done. Let's talk Stefon Diggs now. What does Stefon Diggs mean on the Texans? Because now they have the best trio in the NFL.
That's top 3, top 5 offense in my mind easily.
Yeah.
I think now you kind of do whatever you want offensively. You have the running back, you have the line that's better than most people think.
Yeah.
And you have these 3 very good wideouts.
Yeah.
You don't even know which one's the alpha, because they're all kind of good at their own thing. They're all very good at what they do. This offense is top 3, top 5. That's not an overreaction. That's just, there's so many good players on this offense with CJ Stroud in year 2. Yeah, this top 3 offense probably.
Okay, I have a take here that's not, people aren't going to be excited about.
There we go.
And it's just, I am not excited about Stefon Diggs on the Texans.
Thank you. I'm with you.
I think it is a potentially terrible situation.
Yes.
Okay? Stefon Diggs is the man who went on for 10 minutes after a game when the Bills were on a winning streak. After Dorsey had taken over the offense, he hadn't had a 100-yard game in forever. He went on literally to complain about targets, to complain about the type of targets he was getting, to complain about how he wasn't featured in the offense while they were winning. Right? He had 107 targets last year on the Bills. The next highest, 107 receptions. The next highest was 73. Like, he had 30 more receptions than the next person, and he still was complaining on a winning team. Now he goes to the Texans, who have a ton of mouths to feed. Yeah. Let me read the receptions for the Texans top guys last year. 80 catches for Nico Collins. 80. 47 for Tank Dell as a rookie. That's really only not even half a season.
Because he got hurt.
He came on late, then he blew up, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
You got me, like, extrapolate over a whole season, 60, 70 catches, maybe at least, right? Dalton Schultz ate up the 59 catches himself. Joe Mixon comes over. He had 52 catches himself. He now comes to a team where you're not the number one option as far as, like, we're going to feature you and feed you the ball. At least they shouldn't. Like, they should keep feeding all these guys. What is he going to do when they're winning, but Tank Dell's the star?
I think this only works if Stroud becomes like a 5,000-yard passer, where like there's enough to go around.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but if he can just shut up and play football, this team has a really good shot.
Here's why I don't believe that. He was just playing with Josh Allen.
And playing good football.
And a team that has gone to multiple AFC championship games with the best fan base in the league.
Yep.
Right? With like everything going for him. Yep. The only receiver there, really, besides Josh Allen, the only star on offense. Mm-hmm. They've had just a hodgepodge of receivers and running backs, and he's the star, right? Yeah. And he's bitched and complained the last couple of years.
Yeah.
What is he going to do on the Texans now when he's just another one of the guys? By the way, he cut off the last 3 years of his salary of his contract. He's also now 31 playing for a contract. He's going to want every single ball.
Yeah.
He changed his number to number 1. Like, this guy is like, it's the most.
Wait, how's that negative? He just
because he's the most. Because that means something.
It's sending a statement.
That means something.
It's a statement.
He paid $100,000 to do it, by the way. So it means something to him. This is the prototypical diva receiver who's aging, wants a new contract because it's going to be his last time to get paid. I think this is a potentially very bad situation around a team that has nothing but good vibes.
Yep.
Like, Texans are nothing but good vibes.
Can I say something about that?
Sure you can, Gabe.
Really quick. As a Packer fan, we have
What do the Packers have to do with it?
Because we have a quarterback that's up and coming too, and the last thing that Love would need is a receiver just like this. It's just you just said it perfectly right now. There's good vibes on this team. You have a young team. You have a quarterback that's coming up right now. He doesn't need this right now. This could be disastrous for Stroud. I like what you're saying about the team, but even Stroud doesn't need this crap right now. This guy's up and coming. This is how I see Jordan Love. This is how I see the Packers. They're up and coming. You don't need this noise right now.
I would be so impressed. I will be so impressed if Stroud can harness this. If Stroud can show the leadership, or D'Amico Ryans, who probably is a better leader than homeboy in Buffalo with McDermott. So maybe that is like, okay, that's our answer. Yeah. We have our Mike Tomlin here in Houston, right? Yeah. The guy who can rein in the toughest of players, right? Yeah. So maybe that's the option. Also, not that he's still one of a top 10, top 15 receiver in the league, right?
10.
Right, top 10 easy.
Yeah.
But he did have some declining numbers last year. His lowest yards since 2019 in Minnesota, and his lowest yard average since 2018 also in Minnesota. On a team with no other receiver, Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir, and then shuffling out Cole Beasley and anyone who plays like Cole Beasley.
Yeah.
I saw this, and I'm excited because Stefon Diggs can be an incredible player.
Yeah.
Right? If he is bought in with the team, if he is bought in with having a two catch for 48-yard day, like if he's bought in those kind of days, then yeah, cool. But I got to see that first because I've never seen that Stefon Diggs before.
Hopefully this doesn't end in drama, but yeah, I'll think I'm more positive about it. But yeah, I could see the concern because last 2 offseasons has been just.
Drama.
We're waiting for a cryptic tweet. We're waiting for something from his brother or something from his camp about whatever reason. If he could just hone it in and be like, if I could win a title here. But all his moves don't really say that because he's opted out of 3 years because he wants to get paid again. It's going to be interesting. I hope it works out because if it does, the sky's the limit for this whole team.
Yeah.
For this offense.
I was okay with it before I heard about the contract. Before I knew that he went all in on this season, like as far as for himself. Yeah. Like he needs to have a huge season to get paid again next year. When I heard that, I thought, oh no, like that's a real problem because if he has a huge year like that, this offense is not operating as it should.
Right.
Because Nico Collins is legit number 1 receiver. Like we don't see him like that yet, and I don't know why.
No, in the playoffs, he dominated.
He dominated no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Tank Dell was electric.
Yeah.
And so if you're not giving the ball to those guys because Stefon Diggs is, maybe even secretly giving you crap in the locker room, like that is net negative.
Need it.
That's not good. So I don't know. That's just been waiting to say that because there's a lot of positive, and there should be. He's an incredible player. But there's a very real situation where this is a lot of drama that you did not have in Houston before.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen with all my heart.
Same.
Because I love CJ Stroud.
Same. I'm so excited.
Okay, real quick, change the not topic, but okay, fantasy wise, because this is kind of what everyone wants to. Who are you drafting first? Who gets drafted first?
Nico Collins
first. Yeah.
I think Nico Collins most consistently produced last year.
Yeah.
I think the chemistry's already there. I think he's young. He's healthy. I think he's the guy.
Okay.
I think Stefon Diggs realistically is going to have a year similar to Tank Dell. I think those two are going to be. It's going to be the question for number 2. Unless
Collins that much.
Unless Stefon Diggs starts chirping.
What's interesting is that Nico Collins is on a contract year himself. Right. So it's 2 guys here that can
didn't know that.
That would be fighting for a contract.
That really sucks.
So it's gonna I don't know if it's gonna be weird because like we're both trying to get paid, we're both trying to get money, but we both want our yards and want our whatever.
We're gonna wrap this up in a second, but in kind of the grander scheme of things, I was thinking about just the Texans offseason in general, and like they brought in Joe Mixon, then they paid Joe Mixon, right? You bring in Stefon Diggs, then you're in this situation that we just talked about. You didn't make any huge splashy moves. Honestly, they could go on and go win the freaking Super Bowl, and I'm wrong. I give this offseason a B, B-, when I think they were in a window where they could have crushed it. They could have absolutely crushed it. And you don't have to give away stupid contracts to crush it. Like you can still go be smart and still crush the offseason.
Yeah.
I don't love what they did. I don't want to pretend either that Joe Mixon is, some incredible running back either. Like he's an older running back who has produced 1,000 yards last year, caught a ton of footballs last year, playing for Joe Burrow. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. And you're not going to get that kind of work in Houston, I don't think. I don't love what they've done in the offseason. And I hope it works out because I love C.J. Stroud.
No, I think the Hunter, Joe Mixon, Stefon Diggs might be their, like, they won't say it. Maybe a plan B. I thought they were to come out the gates with Christian Wilkins with an aggressive trade for T. Higgins or for Brandon Ayuk.
Yep.
But I don't mind. I think they got better for sure. I think their whole plan was like, let's just get better. However that looks like, we're just gonna do it.
Here's the problem that I see with that is that you're in the AFC.
No, yeah, and they were already in the playoffs last year, and
they big swings.
No, but they've gotten. But yeah, I understand. But like their whole thing, like let's just get better and see what happens. Let's see if we just improve our roster just a little bit, see how far we can go because they won a playoff game. No, they lost last year. But either way, like they got better.
Didn't they win one?
They won one. Maybe they won one. Yeah,
I thought they won one.
But either way, like they just let's take one step forward and see where that lands us.
Yeah.
See what year 2 of Stroud and with all these guys, now in this whole regime.
If nothing else, at least they've maintained flexibility to try again next year, like financial flexibility. Anyway, that's our show for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Episode 113. A lot of fun talking to Stefon Diggs, talking a little Bills. Really excited to see where those go this offseason.
And then draft show coming up.
Draft show in a couple of weeks. Of course, don't miss our draft party, the inaugural Bench Draft Party 2024. Very excited. We will see you Wednesday.
Peace.
Bye.